Oh, okay. So now we're officially broadcasting. Bill had to run out to his car for a minute. So you just have me for a moment. Um,
We're live. All right. Okay. Sorry about the delay. Can you hear me?
yeah, get what you needed to get. Do whatever you need to do. I don't even know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, it's good. We're good. All right. So we're live. Let's get the chat up and run for me, so that we can get started for a second here. ThorTV. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna launch that.
Watching out.
Okie doke. Close that sucker down. Okay, it is, oh, geez, is it April already? April 7th, 2016. Thursday broadcast, 6 p.m. That's ThorTV.
That's me.
Okay. And
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday. Throbbing, what? Thursday broadcast.
Thirsty, throbbing Thursday.
Where it's going to be an uncomfortable podcast, I can tell already. We may have a late coming guest later on. We'll see. I don't want to make any promises. Might happen, might not. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Callan. Hi, Karen. Hi, Danielle. Callan. Hi. Hi.
Names for people now.
Hi, Candace. Hi, Wraith. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Mina. Let's see. Hi, Red Star. Hi, Amada. Hi, Mrs. Mojo Ryzen. Hi, Beth. Hi, Ippity. Hi, Haley. I think that's everybody. I think.
Is it everybody?
Yeah. So we only really have one question to work with, but let's talk about that one because I think it might take us a while.
All right.
Question sent from Anonymous on Tumblr is, if we ever run out of questions, or they seem to be repeating by now, have you ever considered doing dares we send? I like those YouTube videos called Dare versus Dare, or maybe it's Dave versus Dare. I don't know, but it says Dare versus Dare. What would you think about doing dares?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like a lot of the dares would be pretty out there and crazy. I'm not much of the dare type person. So I don't know. I guess it would depend on what it is, but I don't know.
So I guess my first thing is, how do you run out of questions? Like, there's always more questions, even if it is very similar to some of the other ones we've done. Like, there's always going to be more questions, even if it's, what did you think of this movie that just came out this week? Or
it's going to be like the same questions over again too. Even Allison was sitting here after the broadcast and like wanted to know how we came up with our names, and we've answered that question I don't know how many times.
Yeah, a ton of times. So we're not going to run out of questions. You guys are endlessly inquisitive, and honestly, some of them we've answered so long ago that I'm willing to bet we could talk about them again without anyone really even noticing that the same questions being asked. However, the dare stuff, I don't think anyone would ask anything rude, and we certainly wouldn't participate in anything rude or hard, even difficult to do. But I want to discourage the dares just because it takes on more of a, hey, you're here for our entertainment, do this thing. It starts to feel more entitled, I guess. Questions are, we'd like to know, we'd like an exchange of information. Dares are, do this for me. Do this because I told you to. It seems more of an imperative, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So I don't plan on doing any dares.
I've seen the crap that people have done with just the cosplay photos that we've uploaded online. I would hate to see if they actually had the opportunity to dare us to do something. I'd hate to see some of the ideas people come up with.
Yeah, I mean, again, like all it takes is for them to mention it, and I have no problem turning down, requests. So you can ask whatever you want, but we're not. There's even been some questions that we don't even really want to get into. So yeah, the dare stuff. I mean, nothing's stopping you from saying like, "Hey, do a thing," but the chances are much, much lower of us responding to it.
Right. No, I'm not gonna do the thing.
Yeah. Beth asks, as you get more costumes in your cosplay wardrobe, how do you choose which ones you wear or bring to faraway cons?
That's a good question. So if you're traveling, you probably don't want to take like the bulkiest costume you have with the most accessories. So you could probably pick out your costumes just by taking the smaller, lighter costumes that don't really take a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we have to bring the bigger ones though. Like that's kind of our deal. Is like we have the big costumes, and that's what people want to see.
I mean, that's what we do, but they're talking about just anyone in general has multiple costumes, right? I mean,
But we can only answer for ourselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like with Mark, he wants to take the Hulk, but there's no way he's taking the Hulk.
Right.
To Philly. It's just too big.
Yeah, I mean it's all situational too. For example, if I were ever going to go to a con in Germany, I would definitely bring Stuttgart Loki rather than probably presidential Loki. If I only had the space for one, I would rather bring Stuttgart Loki because that's I'm going to Germany.
Hey, you never know. People might get a big kick out of it.
It's true. Honestly, I'd probably bring presidential Loki just because he's kind of the new hotness. We got quite a few questions coming in on the thing. All right.
I've been going forever. I don't even know if anyone sent anything to me. So sorry if you have. I'm not ignoring you. I just don't really go on there.
What do you think you're going to start leaning more towards Deadpool cosplays as time goes on and as we start getting further away from Ragnarok? Once that movie happens, that may be the end of at least one of our characters. Do you think you're going to start more heavily favoring other characters than Thor?
It'd be nice to do other characters, but no, I'm just having fun doing that. I like messing around with Deadpool and different outfits with that. So I don't have any intentions on really doing anything else.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got a couple characters that I'd really like to do. It's hilarious when you did the not actually having people. Yeah, I mean, we're always open for advice too. Like that's pretty much a question, anyways. But we'd love to give you advice if you guys need advice on anything. So next up. Okay, how do you feel about giving out references for a place you work at? I want people to trust my word, so I get irked when I vouch for someone that flakes out. Have you ever had to give a reference for someone who you worked with?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Has anyone ever... Have you ever given a reference that you didn't actually stand by?
No, I won't do it.
Yeah. One time I got a call from, I think it was a retail store, about a kid that worked for me in Savannah at UPS. And I actually gave him a pretty bad reference. I was like, yeah, like I remember this guy and, he'll show up for work every day. I wouldn't give him anything too difficult to do or anything too ambitious because he's going to complain and he's going to give you a hard time. And honestly, he's probably going to whine, like, even if he does do it. So, just buyer beware. So, but other than that, I like it when I like vouching for people. I just had somebody recently have me write them a letter for an apartment they were applying for, and they needed basically like, I don't know what it's called, a character witness or something. So that was kind of cool. I like doing that.
Let's see. Delete bill off reference. No, I don't have you on there.
I'd vouch for you. I know you've done all sorts of stuff. I know that
Crazy stuff.
you can put your mind to it.
Yeah. I'll put my mind to it. I can do it.
To get up there, well, okay, next up. Danny asks, is there a difference between dares and requests? I mean, in the context of this, they're pretty much the same thing.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, there's no real. I think as long as the moral of the story is that you're saying, hey, do this thing, it's going to get received a lot less than a question about us.
Cats on the table with one leg up while juggling cats.
Yeah, I mean, that's just impossible.
I can do it. I've been practicing for years.
Can you not hook up a good microphone to your laptop?
Why? What is wrong with my microphone?
It's just not picking up the sound very well.
You know, you're the only one complaining. All the last broadcast, nobody said anything.
Plenty of people said a lot of things.
They said nothing. Control room.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's face it. Unless Chris or Jack is here, there's no gentleman here.
What about that? Does that work out for you?
That's pretty good. It's better.
There you go.
Send him higher. Give her money. I brought her the paperwork. She said no. That's fucked. Oh man, people are giving job reference stories. Here's a good one for conversation. Mrs. Mojo Risen asks, "What is your favorite cult classic film? Rocky Horror, The Room, etc. What's your favorite cult classic?"
Nightmare Before Christmas? Is that considered one?
I don't know. Was it a commercial hit?
I don't know.
I feel like it's become so much of a cult classic that it's actually mainstream now. Like Disney can't. I guess there are some cult classic Disney movies. Like if you were to be like a huge fan of the Frog Princess, that's like kind of a cult classic. Or even maybe like The Sword and the Stone, which is
so is it just like a movie that you like a lot that's not popular?
Yeah.
Then it would be The Pest.
Okay.
Love The Pest.
I think I would be say like Boondock Saints. I really like Boondock Saints. What other? The Bear, which is a movie about a little baby bear. He's the adorablest. Or The Adventures of Ford Fairlane was a great, not well-known movie. Has Andrew Dice Clay in it.
I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah, they're not very well known. Lost Boys, I think that's one of them. Definitely didn't win any Oscars, but people love it.
Good movie.
I think Death Proof is a little, I don't know. I guess maybe Quentin Tarantino is more of like a director with a cult following, but I feel like he has pretty equal success with all his films. Like it's not like he makes a bunch of films and one of them's a cult classic. Like all of his films are just.
I've never seen Boondock Saint.
You never seen Boondock Saints?
No, never even heard of it until I met John. I started cosplaying it.
It's pretty good. What else is kind of underground? There's a movie called Freaked that was really good.
Freaked.
Yeah.
What's that one? Sounds familiar.
It's about a freak show.
Okay. And they got the one of them's a puppet,
Yes.
and it's the guy from Revenge of the Nerds or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
I love that movie.
He's a sock puppet. That's right.
You know, it's funny. I was talking about that movie like a month ago, and I didn't know the name of it, but I was trying to explain it to somebody and freaked. All right, now I remember.
But check that one out. And it's funny because like the cult status is sort of weird. Where, I mean, if you look at it, like Doctor Who is has a cult following, but it's so mainstream now.
It is. I hate it.
Nah, it's fine. Just enjoy it. There's no reason to start disliking something just because everyone else likes it. It just means you were, just validates your taste.
Yeah.
Ugh. He Never Died, starring Henry Rollins. If it stars Henry Rollins, I'm willing to bet that I'm going to hate it. I hate it.
Oh, come on.
Ugh.
Because I'm a liar.
Henry Rollins. It's got to set up his ass. Okay.
Band. Henry Rollins. Band.
Yeah. Okay. He was what? Black Flag. That's his band, I think.
I thought it was the Henry Rollins. No, I guess probably.
I think he went solo after Black Flag, but I don't know. The fact that he calls himself a wordsmith is so pretentious in my mind. Like every time I hear him referred to as a wordsmith, I'm like, more like a bullshit smith.
He's so old now.
Yeah. He does one of the voices on the Legend of Korra. And I watch that with Bennett. We're trying to get through the final season right now. And every time we heard his voice, we're like, man, he just cannot deliver a line. He's just so flat, bad. Ugh.
So like monotone?
Yeah, he kind of reads it in this like the same dramatic tone every single line. He had no charisma. He had no emotion behind it.
Oh, I bet you got paid big bucks to do that too.
Sure, he earned his money. I mean, he showed up, read the lines, just didn't add to the character at all. The animators were left with a pretty tough job trying to get his voiceover work to convey any emotion. Okay. Lego Puzzle asks, what do you like to do on rainy days? Candace, Rock and Roll High School was awesome.
Whatever I can do indoors, it works for me. I guess it's more relaxing working on stuff on a rainy day.
I think having a nap, taking a nap is great on rainy days.
Mm-hmm.
Having a girl over to take a nap with, that's nice on a rainy day.
Sure.
Going to see a matinee showing of a movie.
No, that's leaving the house on a rainy day.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that since I actually like amusement parks on rainy days. Even if the rides are all closed down, the fact that no one's there and you can kind of just walk around without any lines, go on all the indoor rides and stuff. I like doing that. I like going swimming when it's hot and it's raining. Like it's like 90 degrees out, but it's raining really hard. You're soaking wet, and then you jump in a pool, and then you get out of the pool, and it's raining warm water. And I love that. Anything else you can think of? Is there anything that you would want to do? Like, have you ever played like any sort of contact sport on a rainy day and enjoyed yourself?
No contact sports. You know me. I don't play no sports.
I don't know, but I've had fun before, like playing frisbee, playing paintball.
Paintball's fun.
I actually remember one incident where we went to play paintball and we got there in the morning and it wasn't raining, and then it started raining really hard. We had a good time. We were drenched and freezing by the end of the day, but we had a good time. Let's smell in. Watched WonderCon video earlier. You guys were hiding. Yeah, unfortunately, Danielle, we were not in every single WonderCon video. We'd like to have been, but we weren't. Mud wrestling. Oh man, one time in college, there was this group of like just really like cool chicks, like just like really nice tomboyish girls that everyone had a crush on because they were just like so down to earth and awesome. And I lived in the same dorm as like 5 or 6 of them. And it started raining really hard in Savannah that day, and they went out in the courtyard and started like wrestling in the mud. And I was like, this is the greatest day of my life. Like, this is what college is about. Like, these girls are just like laughing and rolling around in the mud, wearing like tank tops and shorts. Oh, it was a great day for football, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sherry asks, if you were a fabric, what would you be? I'm going to go with silk.
Yeah, I was thinking silk, but
because I want to be up against your skin, not you. Like, you know what I'm talking about. My wife. If you can afford me, if you can afford to get close to me, I'm pretty smooth, and I'm very delicate. Please do not machine wash me. Like, honestly, I will be destroyed by a light breeze. So.
And you came out of
a worm's butt, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to do well.
Mrs. Mojo Rising says satin because she's smooth as fuck, which is fair.
I want to be leather. I know it's not a fabric.
That's a choice. If you're gonna make a garment out of something, that's a choice.
Technically, if I die when I die, I could be leather. I could be a leather jacket.
I'm pretty sure, according to the Geneva Convention, it's really frowned upon.
But I could be. Just saying, like I'd want to be a super cool leather jacket, like a badass looking leather jacket, and I would just last forever. Like
you realize,
I could be handed down from generation to generation.
You'd have to have your nipples cut out.
My what?
Your nipples would have to be cut off in order to make you into leather.
That's fine.
It's not much of a hide on a human being.
I don't need nipples.
Okay.
I don't even need them now. Why would I need them dead?
You wouldn't be a jacket as much as you'd be like, you know how punk kids like will cut like the back off a t-shirt and put that on the back of a jacket?
I want to be a jacket though.
It'd be hard. You'd be one of those like patchwork ones with like the little triangular like shapes.
No, that's horrible.
Otherwise, it would just be someone wearing your skin.
Yes. There you go.
Okay. Well, you might be able to get a good amount of fabric or a good amount of yardage off your legs and stuff.
Yeah, you know, just they probably get a lot of yardage off my dick.
Jesus Christ! You heard it here first, folks. Steven's foreskin could be a lampshade after he dies.
It's gonna be a sleeve on its own.
God, that's awful. Keep my tattoos as mementos. So that conversation just happened.
You're welcome.
Throwing my grave with me. Okay. Monet wants to know.
It's already
What are,
decorated for you.
hmm?
My skin's already decorated with artwork.
That's right. Oh, you might be disqualified from Leathertown.
No, you gotta
Yeah,
just like you could throw the Metallica thing on my arm. Just throw it right on the back. There you go. Right in the middle.
What are some not so mainstream bands that you enjoy?
Mm. TriStar Embodiment.
TriStar Embodiment. Are they local?
Yeah, they're local for Modesto. They're actually pretty damn good.
Okay.
Giving Kelsey nightmares now. Does Diet Antwoord? I can't remember.
They're definitely not mainstream. Like, I think, Britney Spears is mainstream. Like, Kanye West is mainstream. Aerosmith is mainstream. The Antwoord is like, they're well known, but not by anyone in the Midwest who's like just going to Walmart to buy their music.
Oh God, Walmart would never sell their music. I don't think they sell Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they got all sorts of problems with things and people. What else? I think one we both agree on is Psycho Stick.
Oh hell yeah, Psycho Stick. They're maze balls.
Yeah,
I got to hang out with them, which is cool.
I'd love that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't get along with them. They seem a little rough around the edges, those guys.
Nah, they're cool. They're fun.
Psycho Stick, not so mainstream. Oh, what the hell was her name? Cat something. I like a lot of parody songwriters.
There's what's that one band? They're okay. It's a band called Fired Upon. You ever heard of them?
Yeah, I heard they're not doing so good. I heard they've canceled their practices like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. So,
No, oh, it's fun.
not a lot to talk about with that. I Prevail is good. What else? Good. It's not Cat Power. What's her name? Cat something. She did a song about how.
Seasons After.
Seasons After.
Yeah, they're freaking amazing.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, nobody knows of Seasons After.
Who else do I like? Oh, I got to turn off my Facebook thing. Nope. This. Too much messaging. Yeah, I never dig very deep for music, so I rarely have musical choices that are like Static X is like one of the only bands that I took the time to like get to know, and they're not underground. They were, pretty big on the metal scene at the time, the kind of new metal scene or whatever. But
did you ever get the Wayne? Did you ever listen to that album?
The which one?
Wayne Static did a solo album.
No, I never heard that one.
No,
but he's dead.
I know he is.
Actually, I had a friend who was like one of his roommates or something. I know I had a friend who basically rented out his apartment when he was touring.
His wife
this was years ago. This was like 8 years ago, but I always thought that was funny.
It's 6:30.
It's 6:30. Pretty Reckless, kind of dig some of their songs. Amazing. Banshee. Another kind of one-hit wonder band that is worth checking out is Dead Sarah. Oh, hey Belinda.
Oh,
I think it's Dead Sarah. And they did a song called Weatherman, and I like to mention that one whenever I can because it's some of the best lady vocals I've ever heard.
so you haven't listened to In This Moment. She's pretty good. Well, might not be your style.
Does she do any growling or like screaming?
Not growling, but yeah, she'll do the screaming.
Yeah. See, that gets me.
That's it good. That's the thing, though.
I think I like vocals that stem off of like Janis Joplin's style, where she was like really pushing hard. Like her vocals are not clean vocals, but it's still melodic and it's still, it's still singing. It's not screaming. It's not metal. She was just like really hitting the vocals hard.
Hitting it hard. Hitting
Hitting
it real hard. Ah, laptop's falling in my face.
Don't let your thing fall in your face.
Well, I try not to. This happens sometimes.
Nope, that's... God damn it. What is her name?
Ah.
Funny. No, I don't know.
Son of a gun. They go through all the trouble to make sure that door's unlocked and somebody locked it.
Have you ever tried the Cock and Bull brand of ginger beer? As a matter of fact, I just got it. I have a 24-pack of it in my fridge right now. By now it's 22-pack. But somebody, was it Mika that sent it over? Because I know it was the same night I unboxed the vinyl that Mika sent.
Giant pizza!
Oh, cool. I want that. Let me eat that.
All right, let's see. What we got?
Oh, you got a bunch of pepperonis on there. I could take those off.
Oh, Bill doesn't want the
I
pepper.
could eat those.
We're gonna have to go back and get a cheese.
Cock and Bull is delicious, Red Star. Have it chilled, no ice, with a nice meal. I think you'll enjoy it. It's got a nice bite to it, but it's got also like almost like a ginger root beer sweetness to it. So give it a shot when you get a chance. You've got the bottled kind, which is really good, and they just recently started. Ooh, that burger's greasy as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Ugh, I can see it's shiny. It's a shiny burger.
It's like pulled beef, barbecue beef. I thought it was pork.
I sent you a picture, and you're like, "Yep."
That's fine.
Yeah, beef's better than pork. It's usually more expensive.
Of course.
All right.
Sauce that matters. Is the barbecue sauce any good?
All right. It's Costco food, so
Steven is not pleased. All right. So let's talk about. Have you seen the new Star Wars trailer?
Mm-hmm.
I have not. But is there anything in it that when I watch it, or actually, are you upset about anything? Does anything look really cool, really stupid?
No. It's set back. What is the time frame on that? Do you know anything about it?
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing that's going on right
No.
now. Or maybe a little before.
I think it's supposed to be. I think it's set back like right after episode 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in there before episode 7.
So it's between Jedi and Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's how it appears. I think that's the time frame for that one. But,
Oh, it's supposed to be between 3 and 4. So it's supposed to be between Clone Wars and A New Hope.
oh, okay.
Interesting. But I'm seeing a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
backlash.
They showed the Death Star. So, yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense. My bad.
What I'm seeing is a lot of people. I'm seeing the backlash of the backlash, where it's people saying, "Hey, all you guys that are complaining that like there's another female lead in a Star Wars movie, screw you guys." Like,
It is another female lead, surprisingly. I mean, it's no big deal. I'm just surprised that they're doing that for 2 movies in a row like that.
I'll watch as many movies, as many good movies as can have female leads in them. I'm down. That's a win-win for me. If
Yeah.
there's like a lady in a movie and she's a badass, all right.
I usually prefer a female lead, especially when they're hot.
Exactly. It's better than, I mean, it's better than seeing Jean-Claude Van Damme again. Although that would be kind of funny to see him in a Star Wars movie.
Be a Jedi.
What are we gonna talk about? I had a good topic to talk
Rip
about.
off his shirt
Hmm?
all the time. He would just be fighting shirtless all the time. He'd be that ripped Jedi who always ends up without a shirt on and just like, rah.
What do you think about all this new Facebook stuff that they're doing?
Crap has not been working well at all.
Yeah.
My page is like losing features
Yeah.
on ThorTV. When people like half the time people can't even tag me. I can't even tag myself in a photo. And when you go to look at photos, if you go to look at the ones you're tagged in, you have to go like an extra step to look at those photos, the ones that you're tagged in.
Right.
And then they're not in any type of order.
Right.
They're just scattered everywhere.
It's terrible.
So if somebody tags me in a photo and I don't get a chance to see it till later and I have to get on my computer and then go to the tagged photos, I have no idea where that photo is because it's not the latest photo that's tagged to me.
Right. So basically the rundown for everyone who's not in the loop about having a Facebook fan page right now. Basically, you used to be able to sign into Facebook as ThorTV or Loki Hates You or whatever the name of your cosplay page is. And it would show you an entirely different list of items on your Facebook feed. So what I did is I would follow all my cosplay friends and photographers and cons on my Facebook on my fan page, and then I would follow my friends, my personal people friends on my personal page. And now you can only see your personal feed, and in order to do administrative stuff on your fan page, you have to like click on certain other buttons to see it. And then you have to like sometimes type up statuses and posts and things, but you have to tell Facebook, hey, I want to make this post as my fan page. And it's a whole other step you have to take now that you didn't have to take before. You would just like, you would just be on Facebook for an hour. The only actions you would do would be as your fan page. And now you have to all the time be on as yourself. And whenever you make a post, be sure to set the settings so that you're posting it from the right source. And it's just a giant pain in the ass. What I'm trying to come around to is you may start seeing a lot less posts to my Facebook and a lot more links on my Facebook from other sites. I might just start posting on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and then having all that crap dump onto Facebook, but nothing actually like happens on Facebook.
It's a bunch of crap. Facebook, you're sucking.
It's real bad.
Embarrassing.
What did you think of Ben Affleck's Batman?
I mean, it wasn't bad. He did a good Batman, I think. It was just everything else. Lex was bad. The story is lacking and chaotic,
Right.
all over the place. So, but just him in general as Batman, I think was good.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of potential, and I don't think he betrayed the character, but I think the writers did.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, they were like, oh, let's make Frank Miller's Batman on the screen. But the thing is, Frank Miller's Batman was never a formative member of the Justice League. Like,
yep, that's true.
To bring that like kill crazy, irresponsible, impulsive Batman into
Justice League.
Yeah, into the Justice League is like, well, what the hell? You wanted, perhaps you're trying to make The Authority the movie, because it's certainly not the Batman I was looking for.
Well, what's going to happen is, so they're having Suicide Squad come out, and they're going to have, he's going to be in there. I don't know how big his role is in Suicide Squad, but I know he did some filming in that. And then they're going to turn around and do Justice League, and he's signed up for Justice League as well.
Yeah.
They're just either they're going to stick with the same Batman, which is going to be a really bad thing for Justice League, or he's just going to completely change into a different Batman.
Well, the great thing with the DC universe is that there's the multiverse.
Yeah.
So you can always bring in an alternate reality Batman.
Yeah, sure. They could try to play on that. Yeah, that'll work out well.
It'd be a bit of a cop-out, but at least it would be them trying to be like, all right, well, you know, obviously our first attempt at using Ben Affleck as Batman was a little too dark. And Batman should be dark, and he should be mysterious and brooding, and he should have hard choices to make. And at some point, maybe he should be forced to kill, but he should be forced to kill. It should have been made a lot clearer in that movie that like everybody who he takes down is incapacitated. I think at one point he just straight up snaps a dude's neck in the warehouse at the end. Like, he kills with extreme prejudice in that movie. But yeah, Belinda's asking why Lex was such a bad character. Lex Luthor is another one who is canonically very in control.
Yes.
Type A. Super put together, connected, cool as can be, just like has a master plan, mastermind villain. This Lex Luthor was a spaz with no poker face, who
crybaby
is who's constantly complaining and talking, leaning on the legacy of his father. And by the end of the movie, is basically the Joker.
Or the Riddler.
Yeah, he's like some little lunatic schemer who is trying to meddle in the affairs, and he's completely unhinged as well. Like, Lex Luthor, even though at his core, yes, he's completely insane and he's lost sight of what's important. He always at least makes it look like he has a plan. Even if he's brought the doom of the planet down upon us, like, Lex Luthor gives the impression that he knows what he's doing. And in the movie, he's just like this bungling, like, mischief maker who is just trying to cause chaos wherever he goes.
Yeah, he had no real master plan. Like, it didn't make sense what he was trying to prove, or his whole purpose of manipulating the whole situation between the fighting of Batman and Superman. Like, there wasn't anything else there but trying to have control of the situation and make it happen.
Yeah.
but usually, Lex has much bigger plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. So it's tough. I almost feel like I'm trying to think of somebody who was a good Lex Luthor.
Honestly, like the show.
Yeah, the cartoon series, DC's cartoon series television shows have all been awesome.
Smallville.
Oh,
Yeah,
that.
Smallville.
I thought you were talking about Justice League Unlimited.
No, that was good too. That stuff's good.
Yeah. Like I wish they had just gotten those writers to make this movie. Because it would have been awesome. Even last night I watched the animated DC film Justice League War. And even that I had some complaints about Superman being a little too aggressive and Wonder Woman not quite being, she was crazy, like naive. And like the Green Lantern was just a total dickhead. And like they used the word douchebag in it, which was interesting. Not typically something I imagine being said in a DC movie. But
douchebag.
Excited about Deadshot. Okay. I wonder why they took him.
No, wasn't a fan of Kevin Spacey as Lex.
But Kevin Spacey was at least true to the egomaniac rather than a straight up maniac. Like, he was just he was a person who could at least act normal in a business sense.
Yeah.
Even if by the end of the movie it was revealed that he was a lunatic. Let's see, he was in the front part of Superman. Did you finish watching Daredevil?
I did.
I did too. It was great.
When's the next season?
Oh,
Let's get that started right now.
I'll tell you what, I was excited about the Luke Cage trailer though. Oh, am I losing you? Feel like we're losing connectivity. If you guys can hear me, let me know. I can't see him moving at all.
It is your fault.
We've rejoined.
Rejoined with two of me on the screen.
That's how it goes. But what were you going to say about Luke Cage?
I don't know anything about it, but I did watch the trailer because it kind of forces you into it right after the last episode.
Right.
Daredevil.
But did you watch Jessica Jones?
No, not yet.
Go check it out.
Is Luke Cage in there?
Yeah, he's one of the main characters in it.
Okay, so that would make more sense. I should watch that.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
Definitely watch that one. You're gonna actually recognize some of the faces that you saw in Daredevil.
Oh yeah?
Towards the end, there's a job interview that features one of the characters from Jessica Jones. When Foggy goes and does his job interview.
Does Foggy show up in Jessica Jones?
No, he doesn't, but Jessica Jones's character shows up in Daredevil. Or one of the Jessica Jones characters, not the actual.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just go watch it. Never mind.
I will watch it.
They've also greenlit another Marvel title called Cloak and Dagger to be released on ABC, what used to be called ABC Family and is now like ABC Open Source or something like that. I forget what it's called. But I do not have faith that a network television station is going to be able to. I think it's going to be another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where it just turns out bad.
Yeah, why is that show so bad and all these other little ones that they throw on Netflix are like badass?
Because it has to appeal to like a national audience. Netflix is already making its money without needing commercial audiences to approve of it. Like people are already paying $10 per user to watch Netflix, whereas For ABC or ABC Family to succeed, they have to be able to sell ads that are like, yeah, it's for after school snack time toys, and moms want to buy bleach and stuff. So they need everyone to approve of whatever happens on that show, which means they have to like mute all the violence and make it easy to watch.
Oh, that's why I like Daredevil so much.
Yeah.
Very gruesome and violent, and I love
my God, so brutal.
I love it.
Whew. 2 episodes of Jessica Jones. Candace, keep going with Jessica Jones. Employment.
Mr. Freeze.
See it in the UK. I'm glad it's being done. Uma is poison. Cloak and Dagger would be interesting. I don't know much about Cloak and Dagger. All I know is that I don't trust ABC Family to cover it. Being in the
trust
UK
issues.
Being in the UK isn't all that bad. At least there's not as much gun violence. I like being in the UK. Thought it was fairly clean.
Clean?
Yeah, the UK. Yeah, like the thing about the UK that I noticed is if you go into like a fast food restaurant, they don't have paper napkins. They'll give you like 3 napkins for your whole family to use. So there's just less waste. Like there's less plastic bags, there's less cartons and containers, and
less homeless people too.
Yeah, I think it's just colder there in general, so people tend to find a way indoors one way or the other. Alpha Flight Comics. But yeah, we're sort of seeing the age of every single Marvel property. Did you see the Doctor Strange photos?
Yes.
What do you think about his costume?
Yeah. I would so cosplay Doctor Strange if I could. That'd be so cool.
His costume looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see. I want to know if he's going to have an accent or if he's going to have an American accent.
I know. You're going to cosplay Doctor Strange?
Me?
Yes. Do the thing.
No, I can't grow facial hair. And I'm certainly not going to paint one on my face. I'd sooner cosplay, I don't know, Crossbones? Like a character with a mask on. I'd say Deadpool, but that would go right up your ass.
Fucking do what you want.
Yeah, I don't know. Marvel characters that I'd want to cosplay. I wouldn't mind doing like 2099 Cyclops. I wouldn't mind doing Young Wolverine. I wouldn't mind doing even like Jesus, what's that guy's name? Random. Shatterstar.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Gambit would be fun, I think.
Yeah,
I want to cosplay, and this is just Marvel characters, like without getting into Image, like I'd love to do like original Spawn, like the skinny Spawn that doesn't have all the really heavy armor on. The Curse would be cool. The Freak, Redeemer / Anti-Spawn. Invincible would be fun.
Anti-Venom.
Now, Anti-Venom is like the white Venom, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to do Carnage.
I would do Venom.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Those spider suits are expensive, though. Mr. Fantastic. Winter Soldier. Yeah, I guess. Winter Soldier. I'd want to do the comics Winter Soldier, though.
Make you Captain Planet.
I'd have quite a bit of working out to do to be Captain Planet. Bizarro from DC. Someone saying that would be a fun one to see, not necessarily with us, but yeah, I'd love to see Bizarro. For a while, there was a shitty remake of Lobo. I could see doing him.
Hobo Lobo.
It was like a young Lobo. He had a short haircut, but that could be faked. I would do Robin. Maybe Nightwing.
I'll be Batman.
Me.
I'll be Batman.
I'm actually working on a Marvel or a DC Rogues Gallery costume right now, but it's not necessarily for wearing at cons. It's going to be for a film project.
Dun, dun, dun.
So keep an eye on NerdBot for that one, because let's see if I can even. I don't know. Yeah, I can't even move this camera enough to show anybody stuff. Oh, I can move it that much. Oh God! Oh, the camera fell.
Technical difficulties.
Can you? Is it? You can't really. Can't. No, it's too. See that? That's my scarecrow in the making.
It looks like an octopus head.
Yeah, it's got some stuff I need to stitch down and some details I need to, like eyes. That'd be nice to have, right? Some eyeballs. Don't break the camera. I'll break what I want. Oh, man. So yeah, it looks like our special guest didn't show up. And that's unfortunate, but PGC is pretty good. She's a pretty good cat, and she's around somewhere. She was just snuggling up with my hand a couple of minutes ago. She's a little mad right now because I've reconfigured the curtains in my house to have a heavy rod at the bottom of them to hold them really straight so they won't blow in the wind so much.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't like that thing. She wants to be able to move around easier.
Doesn't like to be pet through the screen either.
Yeah, she doesn't like when people from outside try to touch her.
Well, we got 3 minutes. Who can we have as a special guest?
Oh, there she is.
Oh, wait.
There's two of they flee like cockroaches when you turn the lights on. Mrs. Mojo Horizon, the name pretty good cat. I may cosplay with you guys next time you're in this kind of. My Loki horn just arrived yesterday. My costume might be ready. So, well, Belinda, we look forward to it if you want to cosplay with us.
Do it.
Pretty good cat was an idea that came to me because I was calling her Nugget when I first got her, but she never really, I don't know, she never really did anything with it. You know, she never responded to it. And there was just some times when I would be sitting and talking to her and I'd look down at her and I go, "You're a pretty good cat. You know that?" And she would just kind of look up to me. And that was always the time she was purring when I said a name that was associated with her. So I changed it to Pretty Good Cat. Because she's pretty good.
Cat.
The pretty goodest. Someone, Red Star is asking if we'd ever want to cosplay someone from Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't really feel like that would suit me so well. Could maybe be Groot and be completely covered and stilted, and
you'll be Groot.
I could do Groot. You could do like, oh, you know who I'd want to do? Ronan, the Accuser, the villain from Guardians.
All right, we'll do that. Maybe I'll be the blue dude. What's his name?
Drax?
Huh? The blue guy.
Oh, Yondu.
Yondu? With the little whistling thingy?
Hey, that'd be good for you. Have to get like a mecha mohawk and a bald cap.
Let's do that. I'll have to work on that, on his accent.
He doesn't actually talk all that much.
He does talk quite a bit. He was in Walking Dead, and he talks the same way in Walking Dead too.
Monet, as far as Thanos goes, there's already a really good Thanos in Los Angeles, who's sponsored by the Cinema Makeup School. So I'll probably let the pros handle that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's a good actor. Can't really compete with that one.
Hey, he's all right. Honestly, I don't think he really understands the spirit of Thanos. He's a little too 1940s villainous. He's a little too mouthy, I guess. He needs to be more minimalist with his dialogue.
Yeah, he did a whole video that somebody posted from there that got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it was probably scripted out. It sounded like it was scripted out.
I think he was ad-libbing, but he was just being like standard villain number 73, you know, like he was just being like, I will rule the galaxy, and every living being shall tremble before my might, you know.
Very Shakespearean.
Yeah. Whereas Thanos would be more along the lines of like, fine.
It's
like,
7 o'clock. My computer didn't even tell me the time. Or did it go off and I didn't notice?
I don't know. Well, that's fine, because now I'm going to have somebody stopping by either way. So that'll give me time to entertain a guest. But it is 7 o'clock.
It's getting dark. See?
And it's getting dark. You're going to need that lighting rig you got behind you.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for coming. We know this particular broadcast got a little improvised towards the end, but we want to thank everyone as usual for coming in and making themselves known. So we're gonna head out. We wish you a very happy and healthy April 7th, 2016. It's now 7 p.m. That's ThorTV.
That's me.
All alone in the dark. And I'm Loki Hates You, signing off. Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye.